Usul Akarja. Tasulagam go ban fi goler, a bay eg banchtanev as nave porek sawi. Neil me far a hasav August, Neil me far a rakmshmore. Ach tame far le bruntanish a horb. Tame an far jolan shay, rafle ar far shay dollar. Tame an far valiant do bruskar. Tame far coaching. Oh, Cabrone, I'm sorry. I get carried away sometimes with all these slides. Speaker Quinn, honored guests, dear friends. I'm not a man of high position. I'm not a man of great wealth, but I'm a man with riches beyond counting. I have so many good friends, so many people who believe in me, and that kind of support has really helped me through the years. I'm the man who sells you 6 raffles for $5. You know, I'm the guy who picks up your garbage. I'm a common man. I've spent all of my adult life trying to serve the people of the city, and indeed the people of my hometown, Rockaway Beach, and those of the Irish community. As Speaker Quinn said before, I used to be the president of the Rockaway Irish Cultural Committee. We ran the Great Rockaway Irish Festival, and we wanted to help shed some light on the immigration situation that was really not very good. The Immigration Act of 1964 had the effect of discriminating against Irish citizens who wanted to come seek a better life here in the United States. And it wasn't until the great Congressman Bruce Morrison pushed through his Morrison visa program that issue was properly addressed. So what I did was urge and direct my committee to make Bruce Morrison the Grand Marshal of our Rockaway Irish Festival in 1989. We followed that up in 1990 and 91 by honoring Sean Minahan, the president of the Irish Immigration Reform Movement, and Sean Benson, who was the president after Mr. Minahan. I believe that helped to bring the issue to the fore. We needed to shed some light on the situation. And I fear that now we may be going back to those dark days of the 1964 Immigration Act. So what I would say now to those in government who hold sway over these things is Lehak do Minchor and Heron, August Ida Yanav Jaytak and Nish, legalize the Irish and legalize them now. Irish Americans and Irish expatriates here in New York are the ones that people depend on, and we know that by adding Irish people to the roles of our citizenry, our country will only be improved. Our city, our country, in fact, it will help Ireland, it will help us, and I believe that that's the road that we should be going down. Everybody knows that I'm a sanitation man now, and I really love my job. I'm a Frar, Bruskar, Do Capernu, Alrock, August, it's Brawlham of Fost. I'm a garbage man for the city of New York, and I love my job. But probably only a handful of people out there know that before I was a sanitation worker, I served the city of New York as a lifeguard. Yeah. Now I'm thankful when I go to the beach, the Greenpeace doesn't come down and try and push me back in the water. It was a great job. Most lifeguards in the city work 6 days a week, and they are the bravest bunch of young people out there. They're right up with the cops and the firemen, and my hat's really off to them. I had one major complaint working as a lifeguard. I had to wear orange from head to toe 6 days a week. On cold, windy days, it was a big orange parka, and it was a t-shirt and even orange pants. You see the orange pants? Horrible. In any case, that's what sent me to sanitation. Now I'm in green from head to toe. So we come to the question of education now in my life. And in my 15th year on the job, I began looking at the possibility of retirement after 20 years So I had been talking for a long time about going back to school, and in 2007 it was time. So I went back to school. I enrolled at SUNY Empire State College. I attended the facility out in Westbury and also in Hauppauge. And I was so happy, and I thought that I could spread the happiness. I felt very good about myself going back to school. I took my first report card, which contained 3 A's, straight A's. I brought it to my mom and dad to sign. School has really been great, and as Christine also said, that I had a chance to speak as a representative of the Grand Council of United Emerald Societies at the Sinn Féin conference entitled A United Ireland, How Do We Get There? And as Christine also said, you don't say no to Rita O'Hare. The British government tries to, and she doesn't listen. She doesn't listen to the Free State government and the Republic either. She keeps pushing, but she didn't have to push very far with me. I was fairly well versed in the reunification issue, and I was happy to speak on the subject. And as I listened to Sinn Féin President Gerry Adams speak, I noticed how he alternated between the 2 languages, and I thought, what a coup it would be if I used my language requirement to learn Irish. I'd be the bin man from New York who spoke Irish, and nobody in the Irish government would ever forget me. And, yeah, that was quite an epiphany I had, because it's held true. I've done several TV interviews in Ireland, a whole bunch of radio interviews. I've appeared in 15 news publications in Ireland, and it's been great. But I can tell you now, Neil me lífa fós, I'll leave that one now. But anyway, I'm not fluent yet. Le clacta, they may lífa go lua. With practice, I'll be fluent soon. So that has really been very good for me. I received an associate's degree in historical studies from Empire State College, and just previous to graduating with my associates, I was contacted by the Irish Fulbright Commission and informed that I would be one of 20 American citizens receiving an Irish Language Summer Study Award. I used the award to return to the National University of Ireland, Galway, where I had begun a course of study in 2009. You do 6 credits in a month. It's a year of study packed into 1 month, and it is very intensive. I've done that twice. I'm now a 5th-year student of Irish language at Lehman College. Really very gratifying to come out of this language with good grades. And continuing my education at Empire State College. Now, I'm also a high school dropout. I gave these 2 lovely people here in the front row hell. Go to high school, and I'm sorry for that, Mom. But I think I've done my penance. I've made up for that. I was contacted by Nick Rolfe from Christine Quinn's office. Had a hand in putting this fabulous event together. I was contacted by Nick in the spring, and he asked me to be a part of their education initiative, the City Council's initiative entitled You Can Too, which has people like me who have been fairly successful after getting a GED, trying to convince adults to go back to school and get their GED. And I filmed a little video for them, kind of a little motivational talk, and I'd be happy to do more work. And I can tell you now, Christine, I will go anywhere that you ask me. I'll go to jails, I'll go to rehabs, I'll go to community centers and schools to convince people, young and old, that they must get an education to enjoy a successful life. You know, when I got my job at the Department of Sanitation, you didn't even have to have a GED. You didn't have to have